No, it's oh, so I need to say, here's the link to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can, yeah. You put the paste in, yeah. I don't use it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, I have 10 grandchildren. I have the oldest sister.
And so what we'd like to do today is first of all, it's just a blessing to see everybody here and to see all your faces and all the people that have come back to spend the weekend with us and our family in Arizona State. It's just a true testament to what has been created so many years ago. So thank you all for being here. There's a few things that are going to be different today. Some of you that were at the rehearsal on Friday night, I had an opportunity to address you and talk to you about what you all meant to my dad. Because a lot of times we always say, we know what he meant to you, but I don't think a lot of times that you get to hear how much you guys truly meant to him. So it's going to be a little different. And when I spoke to you there, that was his home field. I mean, that's where he lived. That's what he was, and that's who he was. So it's easy to speak to you from that standpoint because that's truly his home field. But you guys all made him a better husband. You made him a better father. You made him a better person, a better mentor, a better grandfather because of all of you. And I think we need to understand that is he was who he was because of the people that he surrounded himself with. And that's all of you. I mean, that's just amazing to me to think. I was sitting in the stands last night with Paul, and he looked over at me and he said, you know what? He put his arm around me and he said, I feel overwhelmed for you. And I kind of looked at him and I smiled. I'm like, why? He's like, this is one person. This is your dad. Look what's going on with it on the field and all the people that are here. And I kind of giggled and I thought, he's right. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think what he meant to so many people. So, Paulzer, you're the man. When we're at the field, I wanted to look in all of your eyes, and I wanted to see the passion, and I wanted to see what you saw from me. Today's going to be a little bit different. I'm not much of a script reader, and honestly, when I start this, if I look in your eyes, I'll probably lose my composure, and I may break down, and I know that's okay, and I know that's life, and that's real. So, I hope you don't think it's disrespectful by reading the script, because I think it's important that the things that need to be said are on this script. So I'm going to stick to the script. I promised my wife that I wouldn't be a motivational speaker. I promised my sister that I would not ad-lib and go off script. So, with that being said, today it's different, and it's going to be a script to capture his life. Capture things that maybe you don't know or didn't know of what made him who he was. So I'd like to start by saying today that I'm speaking on behalf of my mom, Mama Coach, and my sister Michelle, and both of our families. My wife Leah, and brother-in-law David, and my parents, 5 grandchildren, my children Lee, Christina, and Jojo, and Michelle and David's sons, Peyton and McKay. Also with us today, my cousin Ed and his wife Melissa. Ed is my dad's older brother's son, and he even marched with us yesterday. He's an excellent trombone player, and it was a special experience to have him jump in and be a part of this. So thank you, Ed. You know, my dad really disliked funerals. So we think that he would be pretty happy with a celebration of life that it looks like this. A big picnic with his favorite people, an extended family after fun few days of ASU alumni, band events, and football games. And of course, some great music and a lot of things down memory lane. He was incredibly blessed in his life, and ASU has been phenomenal to highlight his career achievements and his love for the university, music excellence, and of course, the lifelong relationships with colleagues and students that he cherished so deeply. We thank many of you. There's so many thank yous. It takes massive amounts of a collective effort and time of energy to put together what has been done this weekend. So we know that there are many people who have gathered equipment, donated things, and their time and their expertise, and the list is extensive. So we thank the whole committee and all of you who helped in any way. Our main points of contact were Bridget Aronson, Robert and Tanya Ortiz, Travis Breedlove, Leslie Anderson, and HUD. Let's give them a round of applause. So Bridget, we thank you. We can't thank you enough. Robert, Tanya, Travis, Leslie, we can't thank you enough. And HUD, we can't thank you enough. Your heartfelt desire to honor Coach and the tradition that has been cultivated in this program at Arizona State says so much for your love for the university and your character. Thank you. And the thank yous are not done yet. And thank you for each of you who spent a lot of time and money and effort to fly from all over and rearrange life just to come to be with us to honor our dad's life. I'm sure heaven... I got it. I'm sure heaven is amazing. But if he was here, this would also feel heaven to him. And it means the world to us that you are all here. Given the fact that Dad didn't want a funeral, and since he spent most of his weekend celebrating him and you and what we did together at ASU. Today we want to take some time to celebrate his whole life, not just Coach, the ASU band director, but as the whole person he was, the life he lived, and the family that he loved. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to hear from HUD. He's going to share some things, and then I'm going to share a life sketch. My sister's going to help out with myself and my mom. So at this point, I'd like to turn it over to HUD to say a few things about Dad.
Thanks, everybody. Put your right hand up. Put your right hand up, especially if you're on the field, and put it back here and pat yourself on the back. Damn, folks. That was fun. I was talking to Michelle earlier, and you know, Coach is up there today just going, "Did you see my band?" You know he's up there just chest pumping and smiling because you all killed it. You all killed it. Give yourself a round. And I want to thank the committee, and I want to thank the people that schlepped stuff that I don't even know that you schlepped, to make that all happen. I want to thank Mark for your work yesterday and Friday, and just helping make the vision come alive. Mark's kind of like my right-hand man, if you figured that out. Get Mark a I think we all have fond memories of Coach. Every one of us has like individual memories of him. I remember Denise and I and Aaron had just moved to KU, just moved to Kansas from Texas to get closer to our families, right? Went to the Midwest Clinic, and Denise and I checked in, went to the exhibits, and the first half dozen people I saw said, "I hear you're going to Arizona State." I didn't even know the job was open. Go to the case Irish section, and here stands Coach. So we take a few minutes and talk. And I'm like, this might be a good thing. This might be a good thing. So then, about 2 months later, guess where we decided we were going? Arizona State. And we get here, and wow, we had some work to do. And Coach was always there. Coach was always there. I loved the time when Coach would come stand on the podium. He's like, "How did they listen to that? Think about that." And I really miss I miss those phone calls at the beginning of the season. I called Brenda because I missed hearing Hudley, how many tubas do we have? That's not enough. Go find some. What do you want me to do, Coach? Make them? Well, we need to have this many. You know, what's that school down south doing? Coach, I don't talk to those people. Why should I know what they're doing? So, but the one thing that I guarantee you, and you all know this, but his love for this school and this program, and it made me feel good the day he thanked me for bringing his band back. So I said this on the field on Friday. Unfortunately, I didn't say thank you enough yesterday because we were a little busy trying to win a football game, which we ended up doing, right? Cardiac Sun Devils. Cardiac Sun Devils playing with house money. So, you know, but seriously, friends, you're always welcome here. I know our field is way different than where it was when you were here. I hope we don't move any further east or we'll be in Globe. Whenever you're here, please come to rehearsal and just check it out. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 to 6 now. I know it's different than what's on your watch that you have. But that's the lineup with the timetable at the university, a little bit better. And again, my office is in Desert Financial Arena. The activity center, yeah, that one. It took me forever not to call it Wells Fargo Arena, but room 54 in the East Tunnel, I'm always there doing something, so feel free to drop by. You know, this was a special weekend. Program was very carefully selected. American Celebration, because I love that chart. And then if you think about SDMB history, which you were all a part of, TAPS had to be there from the 9/11 show, right? Couldn't find the chart, so guess who wrote that? Oh. Had to happen. Not patting my own back, America the Beautiful, because he loved that, right? That America chart I actually found looking through Eddie Madden tunes, trying to figure out what we were going to play when Eddie passed away. And I'm like, wow, that's a great tune. And so we played that with the current band for a patriotic show, and I just had to slide it in there. And then Stars and Stripes. Why did we play Stars and Stripes? What did Coach Ian Passmer do with many times? Stars and Stripes. Method to my madness, huh? Method to my madness. So again, thank you all for making this vision happen. And thanks to the family for including me. I'm really, really proud of Coach, and you are too. And you know he's bragging up a storm today, right? You know it. So safe travels home. Make sure you come around and see us anytime you're here, okay? We'll see you later. Give him a hug.
Sleep at 1, but I just cried for like an hour because I felt so much joy, and I just am so appreciative of what he did to bring all of us together. I am not the public speaker in our county, so
That's what I'm saying.
but I do have a part, so okay. Our dad was born in Pennsylvania, where he lived into adulthood. His mother, Isabel, was a beautiful soprano and sang in the church choir and was a bit of a stickler for practice time. My cousin can attest to that. And his grandchildren, they have heard many times how 4 hours of practicing daily was a minimum. His. She was a classy woman and a wonderful grandma to us and my dad. He loved and adored his mother and father. They had 2 pianos and an organ in their front room of their house, and so music was a central force in his family. His father, Stanley, was also a band director and a choral director and a beloved teacher in their community. He idolized his father, missed him so much, and often spoke of him at different times when the Rose Bowl happened. He talked about Grandpa, and he idolized his father and followed in his footsteps. He had an older brother, Tom, and Tom was an accomplished trombone player, and you guessed it, a high school band director. He too was loved by his students and an excellent father and husband, and community philanthropist. Donated his time to the Shriners Band, which was huge with the Shriners Hospital, and was a volunteer ambulance driver for many, many years. Loved his brother, and there's a story a little bit later about his brother, but he loved to tell the story about how my grandfather picked out my mom. And it's true, he literally told him that my mom worked at the same school as my grandpa, and he came home one day and said, I have someone that you need to meet, and she'll be at church, and you'll sit by her, and you need to marry her. It's true, and that's what happened, and he would easily say that was the best decision of his life. Ironically, he then did the same thing for my brother with Leah.
Well, this still just kind of kills me. From the standpoint that I'm in my back bedroom, I don't know what I was doing, watching the Suns, or I was watching something. I'm not sure what I was actually doing. But he said, "You got to come out here." I'm like, okay, why? What do you mean, why? You got to come out here. You got to look at this video. I'm like, video of what? A twirler. I go, what? A twirler? I mean, at that point, I think my high school band director, Bill Richardson, standing over here, we never had twirlers, right? No. So when he says twirler, and I get it. I mean, her sister was a twirler, so I should have known what that was, and I did, but I was just being funny. And he says, yeah, you got to see this. So I watched the video. He goes, what do you think? She's good. She's good. I don't know any 3-baton, 2-baton illusions. I don't know any of that terminology, right? So he's like, this is the one. I go, well, are you giving her a scholarship? The one for what? He's like, no, this is the one. You're going to marry her. I'm like, Dad, come on. What was that, freshman, sophomore? I'm like, come on, Dad. This is the one. Well, 28 beautiful years later, there she is sitting right there. Now I'm going to turn it over to my mom for a quick paragraph here. And do you want to stay there, Mom?
Yeah, just stay there, Mom. I have my handy guy here. Handy guy.
What a weekend this has been. Thank you all so much for being here. As you probably figured, he is our spokesperson for the family. Michelle is our creative person. Everything you've read, she has written. She's created the video, and it'll be available later. We had input, and the whole family contributed pictures and everything else. And Michelle and I deferred to Brian to get us through all this, as well as all the grandchildren and everyone in our family and all our friends and support people. I'm not on script, and sorry, Michelle. Yeah, she makes the rules. Many of you may know that Coach taught for 2 years at Midland High School in Western Pennsylvania. It's a SEAL town. It was in 1964. I was teaching at, as Michelle said earlier, at adjacent, well, not adjacent, in the Pittsburgh area. And Midland was a very ethnic, diverse population, and a great basketball history. was had there, and some of you who are my age might remember Norm Van Leer. Any basketball player? Ed knows, right? And he was there in the 70s, and that's where Bob received the coach name from the football coach. And that's a really long story, and I won't go off script on that one. But they called Coach the White Tornado because some of you don't know, but he wore a white marching band outfit with the cap, like a bus driver. And the basketball players adored him because he played Sweet Georgia Brown, which they requested. And they just really took care of him, carried him out on their shoulders after they won the state championship. But it was a really wonderful experience. Anyway, he did that for 2 years, and then we got married on April the 9th, 1966. And the rest is pretty much history, but I continued to teach while he got an offer for a graduate assistantship at Carnegie Mellon University, thanks to Dr. Strange. And all of you who know him know what an important relationship they had. And Dr. Strange took care of him forever and ever, and that's why he was here. He had to interview for the position, and I guess that's probably coming up, and I'm stealing your thunder, huh? Okay, all right. Anyway, we lived there for a year while he worked on his master's, and while he was there, he also played in the Wheeling, West Virginia Symphony. He played flute. He was a very accomplished flutist, which unfortunately we don't have we have to find the equipment to play some of his former recitals, but he played in a trio, he played for the symphony, as I said, and he was very proud. We were very proud of everything that he did. And after that, we moved to Tennessee because he was offered a position as a band director at the University of Tennessee at Martin, and he still has lots of contacts with many students there. Danny Lindsay is the most famous one. He's not here today because he has some family obligations, but he brought Danny here to work with the color guard the first year. Was he here with you, Ed?
I was here the first year, and he came the second year.
Okay. Yeah, he moved out here with us, and he got to live with Brian, and Brian's had to share. Okay. Anyway.
Off script, we're way off script.
Way off script. 10 minutes of off script.
I didn't think I was going to
Just keep going, Brenda.
It's kind of easy.
Keep talking is what he does.
Okay. Thank you so much. Love you all. Thanks for being here.
Mom said it seemed like the thing to do. Yeah. It was. So I'm not sure if I should read the next two paragraphs because she basically encompassed it. But Dr. Strange, there is a decent story. He called him and asked him about the marching band position. He immediately said yes. Well, without hesitation, and then he said, well, where the heck is Tempe? And he tells this story. I've heard it 1,000 times. And he said, well, he'd never heard about him before. So in 1974, he became the band director at Arizona State University. And the funny part of that story is when they got on the plane, they were going back to Memphis, he told Mom, well, I already bought a house. And so, you did what? Well, yeah, I bought a house. It's in Tempe. We're going to go there. I'm going to be the next, I'm going to work at Arizona State University. So she was a little caught off guard by that comment that he already bought a house without her even seeing it, even knowing where Tempe was or what it looked like. So we've lived in that house for 50 years, and it's still there. So the rest of that's history, and his professional accolades are very well known, so there's not much of that today. But some things that maybe you did not know. Once again, I didn't write the script, but here it is. His favorite dessert was cherry dream pie. His favorite things to do in retirement were to attend his grandchildren's musicals, plays, band concerts, choir concerts, baseball games, pole vaulting meets, swim meets, etc. And Mom went to all of those, of course, as well. When we were little, we would always stop at Snow. You guys remember Snow? The guys that were in band with me, we have a different meaning of snow, but we'll just leave it at that. What Dad didn't know what was in those snow cups when we were at rehearsal, we will never tell. But I'm telling you, it wasn't just snow. Mom, sorry, you didn't know that either. Lots of things that Mom and Dad didn't know until 30 years later. That's kind of a funny story, too. But in any case, he loved to get the Mr. Misties and the vanilla ice cream cone, of course. As children, we remember most of our family vacations involved Kappa Psi campouts. We had a place in Rocky Point growing up, and we would go down once a month, and we would escape for some vacation down there. He loved those lazy days on the beach and the trail mix and the fresh shrimp and the ocean and the long morning walks. The one thing I could never understand, though, and imagine this, your dad going down on a beach, and he's got coconut oil. Now, we all remember this, we're talking 70s, late 70s, early 80s. He's lathering up with coconut oil to sit in a chair on a towel on the beach. And what in God's name are we doing? What coconut oil? What's that for? You got to get the tan, Brian. I got to tan it up. I got to look good. I'm like, oh my gosh. That's a little bit more than I needed to know. So Michelle and I, and we had a standing game of tag. This is kind of an interesting story because I think this just encompasses about who he was. I mean, what you guys saw on the field and what we see, very similar, just loving, caring, at home all the time. And we had this little game of tag that we would play, and you'd be blow drying your hair, you'd be eating breakfast, and he'd just tap you on the shoulder and try to get out the door as quick as he could. And then we would stop and run after him, and then we would tag him. And now that I've been a parent, Michelle's been a parent, we can see why that drove Mom nuts, because having mad dashes out the door and chasing each other, it's just a fun memory of Dad, and he was constantly the instigator of this ritual. He loved watching me coach basketball, baseball, and football. He and my mom loved to travel to San Diego, where they spent several summers in the RV while they conducted the Coastal Communities Concert Band. They also traveled all over the U.S. and parts of the world, one venture after another. He treasured his friendships and most often made phone calls and kept those people close to him after losing his ability to travel. During COVID, he and my mom had a little ritual of calling somebody special or multiple people every single day just to catch up and stay connected. And most of you that are here, you know that, because he would do that quite often when I was there. And those were always really great conversations to listen to. My parents spent 28 years of their Friday nights at local high school football games recruiting. It was their standing date night. When he was ready to leave, as soon as, he was not the sports guy. The white tornado was one thing, but he was just not a sports guy. And so he's sitting there, as soon as halftime's over, he's like, oh, Brenda, okay, let's go. And Mom is the huge sports person. And when I mean huge, just ask the nephews and just ask all the kids in the family. And she would look at him and say, but the game really got good. We got to leave now? And they left then. So, or every once in a while, Mom got her way. At current count, we can think of 48 music educators that were his students who went on to become band directors at all levels, from elementary school to community colleges to university band directors. I would guess that outside his family and friendships, he's probably most proud of helping to create the ripple effect of so many generations of wonderful individuals who are committed to helping other people to love music and share their talents with others and mentor others. I have to imagine that number's a lot higher than that, but that's just what we could come up with, so we'll just leave it at that. This finally, did I skip it? Hold on, I might have skipped the pages.
Hey, keep the script, Dad.
I'm trying to. Okay, I think I'm good. All right, so this finally. No, she didn't number the pages. Finally, it brings me to the luckiest 5 young people in his life, his grandkids. They gave him true joy. He was such a proud grandpa. You could often find him bragging about them to whomever would listen. They made him smile and laugh, and like nothing else did. He had unique relationships with each of them. Because of his health and progressively deteriorating health, we had a long opportunity to say goodbye. To leave nothing unsaid, to talk about beautiful memories and where he thought he was going. He was at peace at the end of his life. He told my sister that it would all be just fine. And we would continue to do great things. We were doing last day, and I'm sorry, continue to do great things. We were doing and then individually noted each one of us and the things he saw in our future. Most of us here with him today, most of us were with him the day before he died. His grandson Peyton was visiting that day, and they laughed, and it was obvious that his body was failing and time was short. We promised to take care of Mom, and just moments before he passed, he told my mom that he'd been talking to God, which I thought was interesting. He had a dream, he was talking to God. He doesn't talk about God much, but he had a dream that night, he was talking to God. And we were so grateful that she was with him when he took his final breath. He mentioned that if we did anything for his goodbye, he would have visioned this amazing weekend. But his only requests were the fight song being played, the alma mater is sung, and You Raise Me Up by Josh Groban is played. So we opened today with the fight song, as you heard. And now what we'd like to do is play Raise Me Up. The song became an anthem of sorts for him. He likened it to how he felt his band, his wife, his kids, and his grandkids, his dear friends, and God himself. He really loved it and referenced it all the time. So we'd like to take a listen to that, and each of us think about our time that we had with him together. So at this time, we're going to play Raise Me Up. such a beautiful song, and I think it encompasses a lot of things that we all feel and we all believe. We've created a life tribute. Well, we say we, my sister, created a life tribute video, and that's going to be on that screen right over there. It's going to run on the round, so if you get a chance to go over there, grab a seat, and you can watch that and watch through the video. There's some other videos from the kids and the grandkids there at the end, and there's a lot of pictures and things that just give you a little snapshot of what it was like at our house. So feel free to take a look at those tables and look at that video. Before I wrap it up, though, I do want to take time to say thank you to my mom. We love you and the life that you built with Dad, and we know that you were his greatest treasure in all the world. Mom, yeah. Go ahead. I think one of the really neat things is, and I said this before, but it was such a loving household. It was such a caring household. And I felt like when he was in front of you and in front of his groups, he treated you all just like he was his family, his immediate family. And he really felt the same things that he felt for us as kids, he felt for you all. And I hope you know that, and I hope you believe that, because it's true. The things that he would say and the times that he would talk about you individually, as a group, I can't count, and you can't tell how many times he would come home and just be so thankful that he was able to lead a group of people and then do something with them onto the next part of their lives. So he truly did love everybody that's here today and all the people that came in front of him. I've got a special thing that my mom, we're going to do something for my mom here that she doesn't know about. And so I'll go ahead and give that to Manny.
Hello, I'm Manny Burrell. I was in the band in 78 to 81, and I'm a much better artist than I am trumpet player. But this art piece is for Mama Coach, and it's got Coach on top of the tower. He's looking down on us, and I remember the first time I interacted with him, he was on that tower. I was a freshman, and he said, "Manny, move over." I thought, how does he know my name? But every year at homecoming, he would remember all our names. I don't know how he did it. But anyway, it's called Horns Up. And the best part is all of you are signing the back with your years in the band, so Mama Coach can look at that from time to time. Thank you.
So thank you all again for the role that you played in his rich and full 82 years here on Earth. The one thing that we'd like to do to finish this is one of his requests. I'm going to ask one of his closest friends and one of the guys that has been there through and through forever, Mark Greer. I'm going to ask him to come up, please. And we're gonna close with the alma mater, but he's going to get us going in that direction.
Thanks, Brian. I got Manny's picture. I got Josh Groban. I got to follow Brian, Michelle, Mama Coach. I'd like to thank, first of all, thank you, all of us. Thank you for sharing Bob with everybody here. The Fleming family, what you were able to do for all of us, and he was a part of us, and we took a part of him from you. But thank you very much for doing that. I met Bob in 1977. I have something in common with Bob. He couldn't find Tempe on a map. When Dr. Strange told me to come down here to go to school, I couldn't find Arizona on a map. So here we are. God bless all of you. I'm going to have you give me a pitch, and I had to study the lyrics. I've been away from here for a little while, and so you'll lead me in that. Steve helped me out. So would you please give me a pitch, everybody? For God's sakes, that's my band. Jesus, somebody pick a pitch. Here we go, one more time. Pitch, 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 pitch. Here we go, I'm gonna give you 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4.
Raise their arms on
That's your sweet. You got the script, so I don't know. I don't know. You did. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you so much. Enjoy the company. Enjoy the people. We're here until 1:30. The video's going to be running. I'm getting a cue. Yeah, the video's going to be running. Let's mingle, get to see each other again, and let's just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. And thank you so much.
Mainly just because it's like there's like 6 people. I miss time up there, like with all these people and stuff.
But I still have, there's one room that they shows like Mexican pictures.
Yeah.
I still have, right after we graduated high school, we all went down to stay at the trailer.
Yeah, the rock.
Yeah, it's right. And like, he was tan as anything. Sitting there in his chair, just chain smoking. And like, looking at him, and he was just loving life. And it's like, my dad is not that cool. Sunglasses and just like,
Yeah, all those pictures.
like living his best life. It was so great. And we just laid on the beach all day. We got smart. The baby oil, super smart. Now we all have skin cancer.
Yeah.
Constitution of the United States. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
They're eating into our time. Right. You're right.
And I will bear
Yeah.